Hello, this is Tansuke here. We have another League of Legends new metagame. This game we are featuring Team Revive Teleport. And as you can see, we all have Revive Teleport. We have no flash, not a single flash among us. We have no offensive summoner spells really, no exhausts, ignites, not even a smite. That's why we kind of have Warwick in the jungle. It's just he's one of the few junglers that can successfully jungle without smite. Makes it possible to have a jungler, which is important no matter what level of the game you play at. A jungler is definitely important to have. Now, the team we're up against is a pretty legitimate team composition. As you can see, they got a Galio, a Sona, and a Kennen. They got 3 AoE ults that'll do a lot of CC, a lot of damage to us. It is an AD Kennen. He has become very popular recently because of N5 doing it at a tournament, but since then he's become a little bit more common to see. Just kind of common jungling at this point. Just the only difference is no smite. So Warwick has legendary sustain. He doesn't take damage while he's jungling. That's the good news about jungling Warwick, is that regardless of your summoner spells, you're going to be able to jungle. It's just a question of speed. Because I have no smite, I immediately go for red buff. There's no smite cooldown to wait for, so why do I need to wait for it? So we're just kind of farming the jungle, and I'm trying to farm up as much as I can, get as much money as possible. The idea of Team Revive Teleport is that you wait for that one greedy team fight before the team dives you at a turret. And as soon as the team dives you at a turret, that's when the game gets exciting, because 5 people reviving and teleporting in means essentially it's a 10 versus 5. As you can see previously, Nocturne did come and gank our Karthus, and the reason Karthus did not get away was because Nocturne flash E'd him, and then Karthus has no way to get away. I try to do Dragon, I'm a derp, leaving. So that lack of a flash is extremely bad for early game. During the laning phase, you lose. You have no way of escaping. You have absolutely no way of escaping a gank. When it's something like that, that flash initiate is really bad. We catch Mordekaiser right here, quick kill. Mordekaiser pretty easy to kill when he didn't have any CC really to deal with red buff helping for me and the Karthus wall. Early game, really weak. You don't have any offensive spells either, like that Ignite that would really help kill Mordekaiser. Bot lane is having a somewhat of a rough time. Luckily, Tristana is farming a lot, even more than Kennen actually. But still, I make a decision, and it was a poor one. The counter jungling works a lot better when you have flash. I made a double derp and tried to teleport out instead of going to Karthus. So that was my fault there, and I quickly grab a recurve bow, go take blue as quickly as I can. I run there, but right when I get there, Nocturne had just gotten away. He's level 6. I am level 4. That is the difference one death and no smite can do, as well as the fact that he's had ganks. He got a successful gank off. But still, he has a lot of damage. Higher level than me, I need to farm to catch up. Nocturne stays bot and we see him, and we don't know why he's staying, and then he ults and gets a kill bot lane because we don't have a flash. So, we're really kind of trying to bite out our time until we can get to late game, because that is the purpose of Team Revive Teleport. Just you gotta get to late game, have a lot of power, but your early game is incredibly weak. Especially the jungler, and I've seen a lot. The jungler and mid need a lot of summoner spells. The jungler needs smite to get that security. Not even necessarily for the speed. It's important to have smite to guarantee your buffs, to guarantee dragon, and to guarantee baron. However, because it's a gimmick, we decide to, stay with this. And we've actually been talking about trying to have a smite on there, but we're like, no, Team Revive Teleport. Pre-initiate, counter-initiate there. Nocturne ultimate. They took down Karthus, but I ulted Mordekaiser in the turret range, so he took a couple shots and Karthus got the kill. They gank mid, I run to help him, but at that point it's too late. So, I'm going to go take our blue instead. It'll help my jungle speed out a lot, and I pull back so that Nocturne can't as easily steal with blind Q. Moving on, farm. That's really all I can do at this point. I'm at level 8, which means my ultimate is going to become more of a threat to people. We find Mordekaiser up top. He was not ready. He was actually quite prepared for us, but he derped, and he didn't have a flash for some reason, tried to kill Karthus. Doesn't pay off because I have red buff and kite him to heck. And get a kill. On the road to recovery. Working on farming, just in general. Because every time we farm, we get closer to that late game. I buy a Wriggles. Wriggles Lantern, if you're going to be running Team Revive Teleport, you're going to want a Wriggles. It's the closest thing to a Smite you'll get, even if it's a random chance. We decide to take another visit to Mordekaiser. He's really burns his flash, gets ulted anyway. Tries to make a ghost out of Garen. Yes. But Garen has an ultimate. But he didn't need it. I see Galio coming, and I realize it's a bad time, and I leave. And Garen dies. However, we need to defend the turret, so I teleport to it. And I just heal back with all the sustain I got. They perform an extreme tower dive, down all the way up here. And as you can see, Nocturne barely gets away, but Karthus is back already. Karthus is just kind of running, trying to kill Nocturne as best he can. But instead gets taken down by Kennen, Nocturne, and Sona. Regretfully, quite sad moment indeed. He almost died, but he got lucky and got away. We're trying to just kind of catch up. Blue buff spawns, and I think they're going to try and take it, but they don't, so I decided we're going to go for them instead. We decided to go for Kennen because Sona had gotten away, and we get a free kill off of it. Kennen's spree had ended, as a matter of fact, a good thing. It's a lot of money for Tristana, especially Tristana late game, much better than AD Kennen. The only thing AD Kennen has going for him is that he has a stun through his ultimate and his passive. That's why he functions as an AD, is that he has CC to prevent people from getting to him, to coordinate really well with his attack damage. As you can see, he's running triple Dorans. He's running for a lot of attack and attack speed, because his W procs off attack speed when he's AD Kennen, and his percentage of his AD is magic damage, and that's really powerful for that laning phase. Plus the fact that it's already Kennen. It's hard enough to gank as it is with this little ball. His E electric ball, incredibly powerful escape tool, plus it gives armor and magic resistance, really strong. I get caught in the jungle. I'm completely going to be destroyed here. There's a combination of all their CCs, and it really wasn't worth it. Not at all. So, gave up our blue buff, but they gave up top turret in exchange for it, so it's a decent trade. Blue buff for a tower. However, Nocturne kills our Garen right there. See? We have a really weak team fighting presence. We can't initiate as much. We can counter-initiate better. The enemy team cannot prevent us. Like, once they start a tower dive, you can't stop against Team Revive Teleport because the team fight will keep going. So I had to go AFK for a few seconds, but I returned. I have a Wits End now. Wits End very good, procs with his ultimate. His ultimate deals 5 on hit effects. So 5 procs of Wits End, which is over 200 damage. We decide not to attack this time, but they decide to take top tower. I try to initiate and then realize it's a mistake. I'm learning, and I leave. And here I get caught by multiple people. I leave, but this is where the first team fight game starts. I get ulted by Nocturne, I get ulted by Mordekaiser, I get ulted by Galio, we all get ulted by Kennen, reviving, teleporting, and we're back in. Me and Tristana have already died. However, we're already back in. I ulted my clone, which is a derp, but we are able to get Galio down, killed my ghost. I decide to go after Mordekaiser while everyone else goes after Kennen. The Sona ults down. Kennen destroys our team a little bit, but Karthus passive synergizes well with this revive teleport concept. He doesn't even need to revive in this team fight. And now Tristana and Jenna decimate Kennen, making it an easy kill. Now we decide, hey, we just aced them. They have another 5 seconds until Nocturne's up. Free Baron. So we decide to go do Baron. We hurry, and we get it. And as you can see, Nocturne had just gotten back right after we had gotten it. He decides to shoot a Q, which means they have a ward there. Good to know for us. But we got a free Baron out of that team fight, so it was very effective. Good team fight. Start building up a Spirit Visage. We come back. Once again, we're all just got Revive Teleport. There's no Flash, no Exhaust, no Ignite, no Teleport. Well, we have plenty of Teleports, I'm sorry. We don't have any Ghosts, even though those aren't common. No heals. So we are potentially heal baited. We can be. However, team fight starts. They blow 2 ults on me and Karthus alone. 3 ults are burned with Kennen's gone. I ultimate on Mordekaiser, and just all of us combining just beat the crap out of him. Nocturne taking a lot of damage, barely getting away. Now he dies. I go for Galio because I can see him and follow him no matter what. Tristana gets the kill though, which is good. Help her get all that money. She has an Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer already, a lot of damage. So we continue on. Kennen shows up mid lane where I decide to push. He leaves because at this point in the game Warwick becomes almost unkillable. As you can see, just a lot of healing going on between the Qs and all of the auto-attacking I do. Kill mid turret, decide it's a good time to be. Right after I kill these, get my full Spirit Visage, and I get 2/3 of a Glacial Shroud. Glacial Shroud is a great item on Warwick. It gives a lot of mana, which is good because as you can see, with a 200 extra, I only have 800, and my spells are costing over 100 on 2 of them each, one of which is on a 5-second cooldown. So, very important that I get that mana. The armor's good, late game anti-carry, and probably the best part is the 20% cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction on Warwick is beautiful, and here's the reason why. His Q with a Glacial Shroud will have, I believe, a 4.3 second cooldown at level 5, and his ultimate will have a 40-some second cooldown at level 3. Completely good idea. Now, here's a completely bad idea, bad move by me. I decide, hey, we have 1 minion, let's tower dive. And they follow. My team follows us, Nocturne ults all the way back to Tristana, kills her, I die. And then Garen dies, burning Garen's revive so that he can defend the mid turret. Big mistake on my part, almost threw the game completely right there. That very well could have been the game. But luckily Garen revived and it's back to normal. Janna's back, she kind of holds the lane. They hold the line, they don't really push back hard, but they try. The strengths of Team Revive Teleport now. There are definitely strengths to having this team. The strength is that late game counter initiate, it's extremely powerful. We synergized it well with our team. Warwick really hard to kill later on. Tristana has one of the higher damages for AD carries late game, and Karthus has his passive, which synergizes incredibly well because he will be 7 seconds invulnerable, just able to do all free damage. Revive and Teleport will have another 7 seconds if he dies again. So he'll have 14 seconds of attacking no matter what, which is good in a team fight. We start preparing for Baron. We do think it's going to be coming up soon. As you can see, it has expired because we have not all died, but we have all run out of Baron. So we start just kind of preparing for it. As you can see, it just spawned. Enemy team groups up. And this is where we decide... Actually, we decided to wait a bit. We're just clearing wards, Garen bought an Oracles, because he's quite tanky at this point, with a Quicksilver Sash, Frozen Heart, Bloodthirster, all that. Very tanky, very hard. And at this point, they make a mistake and show themselves all in that bush. Garen decides it's time to run in, as do all of us. Karthus obviously goes in really well, synergizes really well. As you can see, Kennen got cut off right around here, separated from his team, so we decided to just kind of focus on him, make him burn his ult. He stuns out of my ultimate, which is really good for him. Now Tristana is about to die, but she's going to kite as effectively as she can, using all the damage she has. She did a very good job, but however, you know, Galio just had a lot of damage, but don't worry, she's back. And they leave me to take care of Galio, take him down. Start attacking Kennen, realize he's just going to get away. I decided that instead to focus Sona. She just burned her flash, she has no escape. Easy kill. Moving on, we don't really have the speed to catch up, so we decided to just take another Baron instead. Kennen's the only one alive, but it's an easy one now. free Baron. Pushing the lanes. I ult Kennen, not really effective. Just has a lot of damage, a lot of healing potential with his wriggles. His health bars kind of regenerated a bit. It went down from about 800 all the way up to 1400. We should kind of back off for now. Decide just farm up a little bit. I finish off my Frozen Heart. I teleport in. Team fight had already gone halfway through and they got all the team down to half health. I decide to go in anyway. Janna comes back to help me out. She's at full health, and for some reason they don't attack her. And I'm okay with this because Warwick can heal himself for days. Janna cannot. She has this shield that she puts on me throughout the whole fight. And right here was a 2v4 unofficial quadra. Galio's pushing top the whole time. Janna teleports. Luckily he got away. Galio got away, but we stopped the tower from being pushed. Take mid tower and leave. You get a free dragon. I beat. And now's the fun part. I get Guardian Angel. They literally have no way to kill me now. I also get a red pot, just a lot of health. Health and attack damage will help. I don't need to worry about getting any CDR because at this point I do believe I'm maxed. 10% cooldown, 20% cooldown reduction. I'm at 40% because do I have blue buff somewhere? I have blue buff, yes, so that means I have 40% cooldown reduction, 3.6 second cooldown on my Q, 42 second duration on the ult. That is incredibly low cooldowns for the amount of healing they'll do for me, because Warwick's Q deals 20% of the target's max health and magic damage, meaning if you don't have much MR, Warwick's going to hurt you a lot. However, so Team Revive Teleport did really good in this fight. We just got to that late game, 40 minutes in. As you can see, it's just we got so tanky and so hard to kill that it became impossibly difficult to kill the first time. And then the second time, if it kills the second time, we have Revive Teleport. So the second time never really happens. Get focused in the team fight. Mordekaiser uses his ultimate on me, which is a really bad idea for the Mordekaiser because I have Guardian Angel. It's a complete waste. We kill Kennen. I almost die. Janna shields me though. Luckily heals me up a bit. I decided to take the turrets when they fight. So, very strong team fighting presence. Early game you lose the lane, you have no jungle control, and the way that this team can lose, the only way I can see, is that it's a push fight. If they don't engage into a full out team fight, we can't utilize Team Revive Teleport to its full advantage. That is it though. And this was another new meta with Tansuke, and I'm